We are Team 25, here to present the fiscal years 2020 and 2021 dispute analysis. I will walk you through the data processing, analysis, and content creation of this analytical report. A problem was presented to the data analytics team, and that led to the inception of this process analysis. Elevate has been extremely distressed with client disputes for the past few years. There are clients expressing discontent with the company's services, and nearly 20% of these disputes are unfavorable to the company, ensuing huge financial burden due to payment opt-outs, which subsequently led to about 5% annual losses in revenue. We are tasked to provide plausible causes derived using the data collected by the company on these disputes and develop business recommendations needed to resolve the problem. Now I will walk you through the methodology of generating this report, including valuable insights that will help the management team, especially in future decision-making procedures and business process improvement. A descriptive analysis design was used to meet the objectives using extracted data sourced from the company's existing dispute information, but because of interval variabilities, we directed our analysis based solely on invoice dates since they almost always follow project completion. With this, criteria from the data sets were used to first assess and identify the analysis goals and insights and are based on initial problem assessment. Before analysis, however, the data was prepared and checked for missing values and orthographical errors and completed value translation. This data cleaning was done using Postgres database management system. Analysis and visualizations are then made using MS Excel manipulation for table creation, clustering and aggregation, related computations, and determining any recognizable patterns in the dataset. All the data preparation, computation, and analysis has led us to very interesting findings. These are all the projects done on year 2020 through 2021, adding up to an overall project count of 2,466 in a 2-year period. And of that 2,466 transactions, 23.15% or a total of 571 cases are disputed. This translates to about 12% disputed invoices annually. And from the 571 total disputed projects, 17.69% or 101 cases has outcomes unfavorable to the company. This contributed to the 18.41% revenue losses in 2 years, which then translates to around 5% revenue losses annually, or a total average of about $350,000 in this 2-year period. We also wanted to have a look at area distribution and found a 63% increase in revenue loss from 2020 through 2021, with France ranking first with highest revenue loss to unfavorable disputes amounting to more than $500,000. This takes up roughly 80% of the total revenue losses. It is then followed by Russia, China, USA, and Spain with a total shared sum of at least $163,000. Looking at the independent countries' total dispute statistics level, a somewhat inverse trend can be seen. France has the highest unfavorable dispute outcomes while having the lowest favorable dispute count at the same time, trailing behind at least 25% against all other 4 countries. We also have a look at settlement dates to see relationships to transaction status, and it takes an average of 26 days to settle invoices from overall company projects and an additional 10 days more for disputed cases settlements. From the pivoted reports and relational analysis results, here are some actionable strategies the management can have a look at and consider in the management pipeline. The Identify approach encompasses stopgap measures and loophole resolutions, which includes working on a more structured and efficient settlement timeline, review and investigate commonalities in dispute nature in overall disputes, particularly in France as having the highest dispute cases, and do a root cause analysis on any findings. Check and improve contract terms and conditions as constituted and permitted by individual country laws to safeguard any potential disputes based on technicalities. Client management team can also work on a regular update of KPIs stipulated in contract for better tracking and involvement of client in project status. Lastly, finance can also look into the feasibility of conditional payment clause for contract inclusion, whereby if and when disputed, the whole service value might not be written off to clients and instead would be dependent on the service output delivered and nature of dispute filed, since service has been rendered after all. Analyze approach points to improvement on future databases, which includes the improvement of customer dispute data records, where reports should include the nature of dispute and dispute filing dates, since a complete report will result in a better tracking, category tagging, analysis, overall handling of customer. The developed approach is looking at standardization of business process and skills development, including customer service training in dispute handling practices and escalation. Management may want to replicate best practices of top 3 countries with highest won dispute cases, and streamlining the client management team to drive consistency in service offerings, ensuring scope of the service is understood during client business presentation to align deliverables and expectations. The 3-pronged business proposition is thoughtfully collated to address different areas to improve business and operations processes, encompassing stopgap measures and agreement technicalities improvement, development of a more complete future databases, and building of a strong workforce. This analysis report would not have been made possible without the relentless efforts and hard work of all the team members who are nothing but supportive since day one.